everyone, it's Natasha Red here, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another episode of the Regal Royals. So as always, if you have not seen last week's episode, which I highly recommend that you watch before this one, go on ahead and click the link in the eye right now and it'll take you to the previous episode, and in the description bar of this video will give you a playlist to every single episode in the series so far. So if you don't watch them in order for a little bit, then it will maybe not make so much sense. You might miss some details, and last week's episode was a pretty big episode because we had our first royal relationship confirmed for the second generation of children who are going to be the future monarchs. So that was big news, so definitely watch that video. And they also went to this bomb music festival. But we are in the Royal Newcrest Kingdom. It is nighttime, so we're going to skip forward a little bit in time in a minute because we are going to be focusing on the royal children in this episode, and I do mean all of the royal children. Some of them you literally have not seen since the very beginning of the series. As I mentioned in the last episode, if you did watch that, Princess Chea wanted to have an event solely dedicated to the kids because the teenagers had an event last episode hosted by Sultana Syra solely for the teens. So we're gonna find out what that is today, and Chea made sure to invite every single solitary royal child, and they will all be in attendance. Okay, so we are in the courtyard of the Newcrest Castle, and if you guys remember in the music festival episode last week, basically Clara had encouraged the kids to not wear their royal clothes like they were supposed to, and of course they did find out about it. So King Fletcher is talking to her about it and telling her that that wasn't the best idea, but he did at least appreciate that she told everybody to wear their royal colors to minimize it. But he's like, I don't think it was that bad, but you do have to follow authority because you are still a princess representing our kingdom. So he's taking it easy on her because he and Queen Lauren do recognize that Clara is trying to do better, but that wasn't the best look because she encouraged all the kingdom's teens to rebel, which that wasn't the best look. Sultana Syra gave Clara the side eye a little bit, and she's trying to avoid that. So that's probably what they're talking about. So we see that Brayden is very happy, of course, following the news that he is now officially in a relationship with Adeline. And I was super shocked because I let them kind of do their own thing at the festival, but they have had a lot of dates and been spending a lot of time together outside of what we've been seeing, and I do apologize for that, but they've definitely been getting more acquainted. So he feels really good about it, and he was able to secure her being his girl. So as things stand, that will be the future Queen of Newcrest. So he is feeling really happy, and I'm sure he's probably gonna visit with her later today. What the special event is going to be revealed tomorrow because we're gonna let them sleep, catch up on their Z's. Okay, so it is the following day and the kids are back from school, and this is the very last day before fall hits, and we're gonna do a time skip in a minute. But I did pause this because I'm just now noticing that Landon has a rainbow over his head. Have you guys ever seen this before? I just thought that was really interesting. But I'm gonna go on ahead and push play now. But yeah, we're now going to find out what Chea and her dad have cooked up for, the children's event. And it is going to be a Halloween event, which is very fitting with the current times. So where is King Fletcher? I think, oh, wait a minute, you gotta get up, King Fletcher. He and Lauren took care of a little business while the children were gone. But we're gonna have him and Chea come in here. Maybe we'll have them talk while they go for a swim. So let's do that. That is interesting. I've never noticed the little rainbows over their head before. Chea is mentioning how she wants to do a Halloween party for the kids, and she wants them to be able to actually dress up because with royals, as we saw with the Simchella festival, even for special occasions they're still pretty strict with how they they are allowed to dress because media is usually present and it'll end up in the newspapers and blogs the next day. But Chea's like, I want us to be able to be normal kids for a night and have a fun Halloween party, because she talked about how some of her classmates get to do that and how she's never experienced that. So Fletcher has already started putting in calls to the different royal family, children's parents, and then the noble families. She wants every single person to be there because Chea, being the youngest of her siblings and also being a non-twin, because all of her other siblings happen to be pairs of twins, as we know, she is very big on community, and so she doesn't want any of the noble kids to feel left out just because they're not a part of the royal family like she is, which is really awesome and very cool for someone so young to think that way. So Fletcher's like, you know what, honey, that's a great idea and we're going to make it happen. We're going to go on ahead and skip forward into fall, and we're going to see the Halloween party right now. Okay, so some more of the kids are still coming to the party, but this is the beautiful spooky venue. It's definitely Halloweeny, but not too spook and scary. The venue itself, like even the outside, is just really spooky and creepy. So Chea and King Fletcher put a lot of effort into it, and that's why it took a couple weeks. But here are some of the kids. We have Lady Deja. Wait, she's not wearing the right costume. Hold on, I'm gonna change her costume. Yeah, there's Deja's costume. She's supposed to be a rag doll, which is why she's got the red hair. We've got some hot dogs, some skeletons. Lady Amy also needs to change her costume. We'll change that in a minute. Princess Ari is supposed to have a different costume. Yeah, some of the kids did not come in their right costume, so we're going to change some of them. So now the kids are wearing the appropriate costumes. Ariana is in a frozen position, which is interesting because she was actually just being very rude. So that's not good. Queen Leona has really been on her about behaving well. And I definitely saw a lot of red minuses in the air. And it was because Ari was being rude. I'm sure that she probably said something along the lines of like, oh, this party is okay, but if I were to host a party, it would be a lot better. But it's so messed up how now she's frozen. But let's see what Chea is doing. I think she's trying to just make sure she's doing a good job of keeping tabs on everyone. And it seems like she's specifically, keeping a close eye on Rakim. As you guys may or may not remember, Deja and Ivan have been pretty close, so it's going to be interesting to see how they interact. And I think Jules is... Oh, there's Jules, I believe. He needs to change into his costume, but let's see if he and Ariana interact at all. The last couple times, Ariana was pretty mean to Lady Deja and really Jules as well. So, that leaves a sour taste in Jules' mouth because, he doesn't necessarily deserve that. He's a sweet kid and just trying to get along. And even Princess Diana, who is a major loner, is really enjoying herself. I think that they're listening to metal, which is pretty appropriate for a spooky old time. And as we see, Princess Ariana is not acting right. Her mother has talked to her about this, and even Diana is coming over and telling her, like, you need to stop. I think this is Prince Ivan over here, and they're kind of just like over Ariana's behavior and trying their best to pretend it's not happening, but she is steadily over here really cutting up, and I know that Chea is not happy about that. Let's see if she interacts with Jules at all. No, she's busy dancing. She's not thinking about Jules. Oh, but Jules he's thinking about her. Let's see what happens. She might sweeten up for Jules today. These kids have some interesting costumes. They seem to be really infatuated with this water fountain for some reason, but maybe we can have them grab treats together. Oh, Chea seems to be very interested in Rakim. Oh, wait. Oh, that was Ivan and Baki. See, Chea is not the only one in the hot dog costume, so I got a little confused. But it seems like out of all the people tonight, she's been talking the most to Prince Rakim of Oasis Springs, Sultana Syra, and Sultan Raju's child. That is very interesting because her own cousin Lydia is here, and she hasn't even been talking to Lydia as much as she has Rakim. And it seems like Brian is living his best life. Deja's been living her best life. She and Ivan really haven't talked that much tonight, so that's interesting. But it seems as though Ariana is closer to Lady Deja now, and it's gonna be interesting to see. Oh Lord, here we go. She's already started being rude to her, I think, you guys. I don't know why Ari, out of everybody, likes to pick on Deja the most, but she is always coming for Deja. And I feel so bad for her because Deja is so sweet and she really doesn't deserve, you know, her being so rude to her. Some of the other royal kids are noticing Ariana's behavior, and you know word is gonna travel because every time she cuts up, word travels. So she really needs to get it together. And, oh, yep, she's being really mean. Ariana, you can do so much better than that. It seems as though Ivan, even though they're not physically talking right now, I think that Ivan is apologizing to Deja on his sister's behalf because he knows that she can be quite rude. And I think by the smile on Deja's face, she feels very consoled and she appreciates that Ivan doesn't just turn a blind eye to his sister's behavior and that he's not afraid to stand up for others, even if it means, you know, kind of going against his sister. So he's like, you know, I think your costume looks great. Don't let that mess up your time. Let's have a good time. Because I think Ariana was trying to say her costume was better. And ooh, Sultana Syra is here, you guys. This is so funny because whenever there's a party, she is there, okay? And she's really not supposed to be here, but I mean, it's okay. You know, she has her babies here. She probably wanted to check on her little babies and see how Baki and Rakim were doing. And she probably wanted to low-key spy, kind of like Lauren, just a little bit to see if Baki and Rakim were interested in any of the kids in general. It seems as though Rakim and Chea are really, they're really chatting it up. Hold on, let me click on Chea. Yeah, their friendship bar has gone up quite a bit. That's really cool. But yeah, we're gonna let these kids enjoy their party. There's gonna be some ramifications for Ariana for acting up yet again at another royal event. So we're going to fast forward a little bit and see what Queen Leona has to say about this. Okay, so this is a little bit of time after the Halloween party. This is a few hours later, and Queen Leona has heard about Princess Ariana's behavior, and she is pissed. I know it says very confident, but she's very confident that she's pissed. Okay, because she has told Ari time and time again, you are going to be the future queen. You have to act a certain way. And Ari is just not getting it. Even though she is a kid, she has enough understanding to know that she should not be behaving in the way that she does as far as making a mess about stuff and being mean to people. See, she getting riled up. And Jared is trying to calm her down. And he's like, honey, you gotta remember she's just a kid. She has a lot of time to learn and to grow. And he's trying to sweeten her up. And she, you know, she like, yeah. But she is going to be the future queen and I'm holding her to a high standard. And I'm starting to be concerned about what's gonna happen if she feels like she does not have to listen to authority. Because Princess Ari feels like she really doesn't have to listen to her parents because she's like, as far as I'm concerned, this is my kingdom. When you guys are gone, this is my kingdom. And you know, as a kid, she's a little bit more heartless about it. She's not thinking about the fact that, oh, my parents will be dead and then I'll be the queen. She's just like, as far as you guys are concerned, you guys are my subjects. So I really don't have to listen to y'all, which is why we don't see any change in her behavior. So Queen Leona is thinking about what's potentially gonna be her next step if Princess Ari does not behave better. Does she allow her to continue on the path of becoming queen, or what does she do? So I think that Jared has done a good job of kind of smoothing things over with her tonight, because she was gonna go set it completely and entirely off on Princess Ariana tonight because she wants her to understand that she is not okay with her behavior. But I think that now she's kind of calmed down a little bit, but it's, oh, is Princess Ari Princess Ari is right here, you guys, and she made a mess. Nah, Queen Leona's gonna say something. I feel like if she was already pissed. Oh my goodness, there's a banish from royal family. That is terrible. I don't think she would banish her. But let's have her do some parenting and tell her she has to apologize for being mean to Deja. Because another thing is, you know, parents don't play about their kids. So Zuri is not going to be happy if Ariana keeps being disrespectful to her kid, you know? So she's trying to talk to her now. And, you know, Ari seems like she's buttering up a little bit or smoothing it, you know. Okay, she's seeming a little bit receptive, but you know, she made a whole nother mess. And I think she's gonna tell her to clean it up. The last time she told her to clean up a mess, she didn't do it. Let's see. So she's gonna tell her to clean it up, and she's gonna be a little bit more strict with Ari. We're gonna end this episode here. So we saw the takeaway is that Princess Chaya got to host her first royal event, and I think she did a great job. The venue was great. Everybody seemed to have a fun time. Even when Ariana was mean to Lady Deja, Ivan stepped in and helped to console her, and she seemed to have a good time after that. And then Princess Chaya was doing a decent job of, you know, making sure everybody felt welcomed and included. But she specifically seemed to have a lot to say, Prince Rakeem. And Ariana didn't really interact with Jules at all, which is interesting. And she more so focused on letting the other kids know that her costume was the best, which she does look really cute, but it's like, what good is a cute costume if you're gonna act really stank? But yeah, you guys, so that is the takeaways from this episode. I tried to make it a little bit shorter, but this is like our official Halloween episode, so happy Halloween to those of you who celebrate. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and definitely subscribe. Comment down below to let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.